VidGamesFTW.
Hey everyone, welcome to part 8 of Insane Trilogy. It's the start of a brand new day, start of a brand new game. Well, not brand new, but the start of the next game in the Insane Trilogy. Let's get started. How are you?
I'm tired.
Again?
Yep.
So, we actually have a reason for that, but we won't get into it until we, watch this cutscene. Let's do that. Cutscene time. Shh. But you're so enthralled.
I'm just very tired, you know.
Crystals, of course. No!
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we'll need to find an enemy.
Crash! Crash! Dad! My battery is fried! Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Okay. And we're never gonna do that. Actually, you can come with us on the journey. Hi. Okay, so. That's the plot. And she never got that battery. But, I want to mention one thing before we actually get to our story. We did disable the messages that you saw all throughout Crash 1, so those won't be popping up at all.
Really? How did you do it?
I just left the fucking community.
Oh. Simple as that.
It said, you will not see messages if you do this. Are you sure? I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, okay, we can also skip. We'll be skipping, like, all of the gobbledygook that they spew out here.
Gobbledygook?
Yeah. All the fucking talking that they say throughout the,
Never heard you say that before.
Okay, so, we're skipping all of those cutscenes.
Yeah.
So, it's been a few days since it happened by the time you guys watch this, but our power went out. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
At night, of course. As it had to be.
And it took freaking 6 hours to get our lights on, because for some stupid reason they had across the street from us, they had their lights on. Those people's lights were on, and it took like that was from like what time from 12 or something.
I don't know.
Because that's when we were outside.
Yeah.
And it just took a few extra hours to get all ours on our side. It took a few hours more, because then more trucks came by, and I guess they came from the back right over here.
Oh yeah, because we have like what's it called? Canal in our backyard.
Yeah. And I have no idea, because the fire truck also came by last night. I don't know where that went. But
Well, just in case. Well, they probably left immediately after when they found out that nothing was on fire. Because it might have been the transformer that blew out, or something blew out.
Still was something, because then afterwards,
Because if it was like just the power going out, it would have been like maybe a couple minutes before it came back on.
Yeah.
If it was a normal power outage, but something happened Because I know I used to have a friend that lived around here, who moved out years ago. But I remember going to his house, and it might have been like that house that whoever lives there now. Their backyard had a pole that, like the big brown poles, that wooden poles that go up that have the like phone wires and whatever else wires, like electrical stuff essentially. So something could have happened to that, or something blew out this side of the neighborhood of the street. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I was just very irritated because I wanted to go to bed, and I hate like the dark in general. So I didn't want to like just be there with like, and I like listening to ambient sounds when I sleep. So
Yeah.
I needed my brother to like watch Big Bang on the fucking little portable DVD player. So I could go to sleep because I needed noise. I needed some kind of noise and a little bit of light there.
Yeah.
So.
I also had a light on with me where.
I mean, we had like the works. We had candles. We had like flashlights. Well, light, like a little light stick looking thing.
Yeah. It was against like a little flashlight thing, and the light is powerful enough, but after a while it kind of dims a bit, and so occasionally it's like you have to turn it off, so that way like it can like recharge. But technically, as I discovered last night, I didn't really need to turn it off, because okay.
I love how this is the whole episode. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention him briefly.
But still,
fucking penguin.
freaking last night when I was up, Grandma let me borrow a tablet, and it was at a reasonable level of battery. It was low, but
also I love that they fucking moved the gem up. There it is.
And it was Grandma's tablet was like really good to use throughout the night, because I was just rewatching, because I went on YouTube on her thing, and I was just rewatching the same thing over and over again. Okay. So that way I had something to listen to, and two, it created it had good lighting. So I used a combination of that with the other light, and then after I got her battery to 1.
Strangely enough, the Wi-Fi was still good.
Yeah,
we were able to watch Netflix and some YouTube.
Because I first watched cat videos on Mom's tablet, like before that battery went low, and then again on Grandma's I was just watching one thing.
Damn penguin, always spinning when I'm trying to spin him. We were watching F is for Family.
Oh God.
Which has Debbie Derryberry in it, who is in here. Also, shout out to Debbie Derryberry for actually on Twitter, not at me personally, but she just kept recommending it because she was in it, and season 2 was the newest thing at the time. Actually, it still is at the time of this recording. So that's what got me into it. I was like, I wonder what that is, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, it's a cartoon. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it on Netflix before.
And then I watched it and I was like, oh my God, this is fucking funny. Mr. Box. Ooh, that makes me very angry. Well,
which one was it?
I don't fucking know. I was blazing through so fast I didn't even realize that I missed a box. Well, it doesn't matter. We're not going for everything, like we've stated before. Here, you can play now.
Okay.
So, I did the first 2 levels.
But, yeah. I was also, I switched, like, during the thing, I switched from the kitchen, because I just sat in there for a while. And Grandma suggested that I lay on the couch, in case that I could sleep.
You should have pulled out the couch out, because our couch that you guys see on Trash Talk, the blue one, it actually pulls out into a queen size bed.
Yeah.
That we hardly use.
But I mean, ironically enough, it feels really good without anything on it. So it's like you could fall asleep on it, like how you have. And I took a picture of that.
We're not putting that up.
I know, but still, I like to mention there was a night where
we were watching like YouTube or something.
No, I was doing something in my room, and then I came into the living room.
And I
came in to do something.
I was watching something.
Yeah, you were doing something, and then all of a sudden
I fell asleep on the couch, and then on the couch bed, and then you took a picture of me.
Yeah, because
I'm all sprawled out on my back, like, ugh.
I thought it was funny because it was just the position he was in. It looked so funny. I was like, this is what Marcel would look like if he was hungover.
Okay, that's cool.
Seriously,
Also, I love how
with
you're
the-
going for the speedy gem.
Yeah, at least I'm attempting to.
Alright. You should be good. Or not.
Nope. Did I get a checkpoint? I think I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. Alright, whatever. At least I attempted. I was doing pretty good. Yeah. Being in the living room during the blackout was a bit... Oh my god. It was a bit... And so I was talking to Grandma too, as I was, just sitting there, or laying there, and...
I felt like we were Amish for a while there. Made fucking candles.
Apparently, according to Mom...
Everything was dying. The fucking... My iPod was dying. The tablets that they were using were dying.
But again, these grandmas was at a reasonable level
She had
to
her
where
DS
you
that
could
was
still
dying.
use it for a while. But oh yeah, according to Mom, apparently my beard is apparently I look Amish with my beard.
Yeah. That's funny.
So that's new.
And you're dead.
And yeah. I'm still trying to get used to being awake right now.
Alright.
So,
I mean, I didn't ask you. I didn't wake him up this time.
yeah, no.
I actually went into your room to borrow your headphones so I could... I set up the console so we can record, but I was going to give him as much time as he needed to like get some sleep, because we stated it. We did state it, right? That the lights did come back on around like 3:30 in the morning.
Yes.
I
it
was up until 1, and then I was like, I can't take this, I need to sleep.
Yeah.
And then...
I stayed up for extra 2 hours. If you had 2, you would have been so relieved.
I guess, but I just couldn't stay
I know,
anymore.
but I mean, still, it's like, if you were still awake, you would have
Yeah.
been so relieved.
Well, yeah. It was funny.
And you would have been tired as hell. Because we were with me, I was just tense the other night. Because again, I have the same thing. It's just, I hate darkness, but if there's one thing...
Well, I wasn't so much as tense, I was just irritated.
If there was one... How do you say it? Triangle?
Triangle.
If there is one thing that made me very... Like, if there's one thing that makes me afraid, it's pitch black, no noise, no sound, no nothing, and you're just... If, like,
Well, yeah,
if you're
fucking-
alone...
that would make anyone be uneasy. Even if you're not like scared of the dark or have fucking what's it, nyctophobia or whatever.
Yeah.
Nyctophobia.
But that's just the thing, though. Is that like no.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we're never in that situation.
I know, but still, it's just the thought of it is very. It's not that pleasant to think about. Obviously not. But
So let's stop talking about that and start talking about this.
yeah. Look at all this orange.
Crash's spin, not his spin, his fucking slide feels good to control actually.
Yeah.
Because I think, let me see,
Oh.
the first time we ever got to play this before it came out was at GameStop, when we heard the word that various GameStops and Best Buys were going to have the demo out
Ow.
for the public to play, and I was like, holy crap, because they had it at PSX, they had it at PAX, which G-Man and Jeremiah Isaiah got to play, which included Hing 8, once the Crash 2 stuff was starting to come out, and then the GameStop demos happened. Or it was also at GDC, but it was pretty much the same PAX / GameStop demo. There's nothing really new, to my knowledge. And then we had E3, which was pretty much this, you know,
Yeah.
the final product, but with a few differences.
Oh god. I almost ran into that guy.
Because I think I talked about those differences on my channel. But essentially, as a recap, the demo we played at E3 was pretty much like the actual game itself. It's just that when you played Warped, like Warped for a specific example, the bosses like cutscenes would play in the wrong order. I think mainly just so you could get used to who they were and you didn't have to wait until the order. Like, for example, if you were in Engine's, you know, Warp Room, which is Warp Room 3, no, Warp Room 4. Wait, scratch that. If you're in Entropy's Warp Room, which is Warp Room 3, Engines cutscene would play.
Oh,
which
yeah, I
she's not
remember
supposed to
that.
play into Warp Room 4. So, yeah. Weird order. And also, you could do the time trials, but still get the crystal in those time trials. Which was odd. Because if you were going into a level for the first time, you could still just do the time trials. Which I found really odd. But I think that was also just to give people a chance. That way they didn't have to complete the full level. Because you only got like a 6 to 10 minute demo. So they wanted you to be able to... They wanted everything accessible right then and there. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so...
Yeah.
We're going to fix this, obviously. So that way it actually sticks to the order of the original game. But yeah, tune in next time. That one went by really quickly. Crash 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking... Yeah.
Just-